So the next thing that I want to show you is catalogs and talk a little bit about catalogs. There are several ways to activate the catalogs, basically two. The first way is this one. When you set it up on the, when you pick the catalog that you want to use, of course, over here. As I said in other videos, catalogs are extremely buggy. And I'm not going to show you how to create a catalog and stuff. Most of these are really easy to do on your own. You're going to find it. But the thing that I want you to understand is that they're going to break from time to time, and you will have to create another one. They are working because of the way that they're working, because it's dynamic. As we said, somebody goes to your website, they're seeing something. When they're going to visit again, they're going to see again the same items that they have seen the last time in a carousel ad, which is going to show first the items that they have seen last. And the same thing is happening when they go to other stores. With the catalog ad of yours, they're going to see similar products with the things that they were looking before. So this is why it's working pretty well. We have analyzed in other chapters about the creatives that the catalogs are taking the majority of the budget. So this is something that you need to know. As we analyzed about the catalogs in the videos that we're talking about the different kind of creatives that we can use, the catalogs are going to take the majority of the budget. This is why you should put them in their own respective campaign. And as I told you earlier, because they're dynamic and they're showing items to people that they're interested to these items, they're working pretty well. But you know, it's like when you are in the Christmas dinner and there's this strange uncle that you have, which is in the corner, that you don't have anything against him. He's okay. He's giving you $100 to buy something, but he's very strange, you know, and nobody's talking to him. He's alone. You know, this is what the catalogs are. You cannot scale a lot with them, but they're just going to be on the ad account, just a very old campaign running, working, not touching it. Even for retargeting, for whatever, you can use it. But this is what catalog ads are. You can use them for retargeting or whatever. We're going to talk after I show you the different settings of catalog about retargeting and about cold traffic ads before we go to ABO and cost caps. The other thing that I need to say about catalog is that if you put it with other creatives, it's your mistake because it's going to take all of the budget and it's going to start spending. So just put them on their own campaign and that's it. Even if it's going to be cold or retargeting, it's working on both. Here you can turn them on. You can see that you're having the option of picking the correct catalog over here. The other thing is that here you pick again maximum number of conversions, purchase. We have analyzed the other things. You can even put the one-day view for here for this one for the catalogs also, which is a new thing. Now, product sets. You can put different product sets. Let's create one product set. You can have bestsellers, which are working pretty well by just selecting a collection, or you can do one normal one that I do most of the time is from availability over here, that I'm selecting everything that it's actually in stock. And I name this in stock items, okay, so that you can advertise only items that they are in stock, because if you don't do that, it's a problem. Then you can add another filter with other things and stuff, or with product type and everything. You can just see what kind of items you want to sell, best sellers or whatever. You can select your product set that you want to have over here, or you can have, for example, one campaign with catalog that's selling hats and another one with selling sweaters and so on. But in my opinion, catalog, it's something that you should give budget. It's working. I'm not saying that it's not working. You cannot influence the creative so much, and I think that if you want to scale to bigger numbers, you need to work with your own creatives. One thing that I want to show you here is that when you go to audiences, it's talking about audience controls and stuff, things that we're going to see later. You can use advanced plus audience or not with this one. It's up to you how you really want to use it. There's not a specific thing that I will tell you about catalogs. Use whatever you want. But let me tell you also that broad targeting catalogs are working pretty well. So advantage plus audience might work also here. Most of the times I'm going to use it in an ASC campaign if ASC campaigns are working, and just put a catalog there. Or in a small retargeting, I will use it there also. So this is the times that I'm going to use it. Let's go on the ad level just to see how it looks. This is how it's going to look on the ad level. It's going to pick immediately the carousel, and it's going to start populating and telling you if you want to do multiple products or product categories. Again, the creatives that it's going to use is going to be on 1x1 size. It's going to take them dynamically from your thing. You're using here single image. You can put here dynamically the product name to appear over here, and below the primary text you can put, for example, free shipping, along with you changing over here the call to action button into these places over here. As you can see here, is using another format which is coming from Advanced Plus Creative for catalog, which is using it from the AI things that we discussed. Advanced destination over here, as you can see. You can put manual destination for each one of them, or it can take it automatically from this. It has some pretty good features that are working pretty well, as you can see. Again, here we're picking our pixel because if we don't put it, we're going to have a problem. And that's it. This is another option about promo codes and stuff. I'm not using it either, not even on Black Friday and stuff, but you can add the promo code for a specific promo that you want to run. Still, I'm not using that. I like more the traditional. This is the enhancements that I was talking to you about, and it has this one that we have seen in the previous ones. This is how it looks, and you can use it when you use the catalog. Again, over here, as you can see, it's stealing a little bit. Okay, it's using whatever it wants. You do this and this. Okay, you just remove them, and now it's not going to be shown here. Oh, it's still showing here, maybe because of, let me see. Okay, while I turn them off, they're still on for some reason. So I have to do it, I guess, manually and remove them. While I did turn them off, they are still on. Let me do this. Okay, now I will press save and it's going to work, I guess. Maybe I didn't press save the last time, I guess. Okay, so this is how it's going to look without the enhancements and stuff. I'm not using the AI enhancements. They cause a lot of issues, especially in creatives that I cannot control. I think that the issues are going to be more. In case that you are missing this, you can do product, you can add it like this to the catalog. You can add the brand, the name, the product and all of that. You can add the name, product name over here. It's going to do it dynamically for you, taking all of this from the store. Now, if we remove it from here, the other option that you can have to use the catalog is to come here and instead of this, to do Advanced Plus Catalog. And still you're going to have the same options. I don't like to use this one, as I told you. You can pick here the catalog. Again, over here, as you can see, it's not going to have the product sets. So the product sets are going to appear somewhere here inside. So you don't see the product sets anymore on the ad set level. You're going to see them on the ad level over here and pick the product sets. Multiple products to do a carousel. The slideshow, it's going to look like, like this. You know, what's the difference between single image and slideshow? You see? So there's no difference over here. The slideshow basically a looping video for each card using multiple images per item. I like to use the single image here and the catalog and the carousel option as it's having it. Of course, if you do any change, these ones are going to be turned on immediately. So you have to go and turn them off all over again. And here you can put your different destinations and stuff that you want for the website URL. And everything else is the same. We have everything here working pretty well. Okay, so we after the change of the catalog, a lot of things have changed and now we have to change them all over again. So this is why you need to be careful, because the reason that I would understand this is because I was going down to the bottom over here and I would see that I was not able to use the website events. So when you're changing something, Meta is actually going to default settings to try to push the things that they want to push, like the website and shop here. So I would use website, my pixel, I would use the purchase event. Again, I will have to do all of these settings and check everything. Then come here, use again the catalog, carousel. I can do also with the catalog a single image if I want. Let's close this one and turn it on. Okay, single image, edit creative, learn more. Here it put it on its own a promo code. We don't want to do that. Now it has 7 out of 9. So it's doing all of these stupid things again and again and again, and you have to come and fix them. Let me put a website URL which is going to fix everything, and so that we can be able to work. Because if you don't have a preview URL, it's not going to show you the previews. Now you can come here, you can then turn them off again, because it's going to push you to do the same thing again and again and again. It's never getting tired of proposing the same things again and again. So we come here, we pick the correct catalog, multiple products, single image. We're having here we can have the shop now option. As you know, primary text that we can put, it's going to appear here. The advanced part creative, website, all of this and that. Tracking now, this one is on again. So if you see something that is strange, just go back and check if you have put your optimization event, if you have done all of these kind of things. Then basically, if you have all of your settings on and properly done, you're going to be able to set the campaigns, and there's not going to be another issue. That's all with the catalog. Let's go now to see how we create a CBO campaign with multiple ad sets. So I'm going to use a catalog, as I said, mostly in cold traffic ads, just with broad targeting, completely broad targeting, if broad targeting is working. Now, if you have another account that you're having lookalikes or readers right now working and you wanna have some sales also with catalog, just use it there also. I've showed you the different ways. And the other thing that I need to say is that catalog is being used also a lot on retargeting, of course, because of the dynamic that we said, that you can see first the ads that you have seen on the website. In the carousel, these are the ads that are going to appear first. The other thing that I need to discuss over here is the CBO and how we do, for example, one CBO campaign. I will just try to do one fast for you, just so that you can understand, and a little bit about retargeting. So let's say that we want to create one campaign immediately. I will just do it really fast. So we press sales, we press manual. We will talk about ASC soon. We come here, we name this one as we want to name it, just to recap over here pretty fast. Advanced plus catalog, we're not going to use catalog here, but we're going to do a CBO over here. We're going to put $500, not 500, let's put something close to you. Let's say that we do a CBO with 100, we have a cost per purchase of 30, so we're going to do 3 to 4 ad sets, as we have discussed on how to do it. Nothing to check here, nothing here. We come here, we name our ad sets in the way that we prefer. Here we're going to run only website, we're not going to do website and shop. We're going to pick over here the correct pixel, we're going to pick purchase. We're not going to do number, we're going to do value, but we're going to do number of conversions. We go for volume. Dynamic creative is not going to be open. We're going to use single image or ad. Over here, we're going to pick the next day at 6 a.m. We're not going to put end date. We're going to do over here, we're going to switch to the normal controls. We're going to come here to this, and we're going to do the switch to original audience. As you can see, we're having the original audience here set. And let's say that, for example, we're going to do a CBO with different ad sets over here, okay? So we're not going to use any custom audiences and any exclusions, because we said why. The counter is going to be this, and we're going to have this gender and all of that. Let's do the detailed targeting into the interest as we explained. Let's say that one of our ad sets is going to be cat. Okay, we're going to have the cats over here. Sorry for that. Okay, then we're going to continue. No save audience. Placement is going to be like this and stuff. Our potential reach here is 65 million. So we continue to this one. We're going to name it. I'm just doing a very fast campaign for you. We're picking the correct pages. Create ad. It's going to be manual upload. Single ad in this case. We don't use this. We come here and we are going to pick and do our URL. For obvious reasons, I'm going to put this one here. Set up creative over here, add an image. We're going to press next, next. On this one, we're going to pick our creative. We're going to pick next, skip and continue. These ones, we're going to turn on on and off all of them. We're going to press done. And over here, I'm going to change the creatives. This one is going to be 1 by 1. This one is going to be 9 by 16. I'm going to add my different texts, up to 5 texts, up to 5 headlines, up to 5 descriptions. And here I'm going to do a shop now if I'm having sales. As you can see, info labels, we're not going to bother. Promo codes, we're not going to do. And we're going to do this, try it out, blah, blah. These ones we're not going to try at all. Enhancements, we have nothing. That's why it says try it out, and this one says try it out. We have this one, none on this one. Language is off, tracking is on and stuff. So this is the first one that we are having over here. And then we can just publish this campaign. Then the way that we're going to work is that we're going to come here. By the way, I forgot to tell you that here you can use 3 to 5 ads over here into your CBOs. And we have discussed also on how many assets into previous when we were discussing about the CBO. So in this case, because we have 30 cost per purchase, an average cost per purchase, we're going to do 4 assets. So what am I going to do is I'm going to duplicate over here another 3 times to have my 4 assets. Okay, so I'm going to come to this one. I'm going to change this one to whatever I'm going to target. And the only thing that I'm going to change here is my other targeting. So let's say that we do here dogs. Okay, obviously here on the top, you could name this one dogs, okay? Not just like me that I'm in a hurry now. So here again, we come and we name this one food. Okay, and we are going to come here, name this one pet food supplies, okay, and then this one something else. Now the interests that we would like to use here, we would like them to be similar in terms of sizes. So this one is 41 million, 90 million, this is good. This one is the cat, again it's 65. So as you can understand, all of them are good. Now after we run this one and we optimize it as a CBO, blah blah, and we do all of that, then we can come and we can always say, for example, that let's say that we take those also, we edit them and we publish. We run this campaign for 5 days, blah, blah, and it's working really well. Then we see that one asset is doing really well and we want to move it on the crazy method. So we come here inside this campaign so that you can see also how we move. We duplicate this one, we take it into a new campaign, okay? And we name the campaign crazy method food. Okay, we come here, show existing reactions, we keep that. Then we duplicate. Okay, we have now our new campaign. We go immediately to work in our new campaign, which is going to be our new crazy method. Everything is going to be the same here. Again, 100 because it's coming from there and everything. And everything is going to be okay because it's exactly the same. Of course, if we do it some days later, we have to change the day that we're going to launch our ads. We're going to put it on another timing here, let's say. This one, for example, the next day at 6 a.m. I mean, let's say that we find out about this food ad working pretty well like this and we want to expand it to a crazy method. Nothing else is going to change, and the only thing that we're going to do in this case based on our previous, or we can also scale, for example, in this case, and we can say that we're going to do instead of 100, 200 because we want to scale it. And this time, if we do over here, if we do 200 divided with 30, we're going to get 6.6, which means that we're going to use 7 assets. So we can duplicate this one, quick duplicate, and do, if you put quick duplicate, it's going to do just 1. So if you put here duplicate, then it's going to proc this one, and you're going to do another 5 plus the 2 that we have 7. Okay, so now we have 7. You can always come here, either pick them like this, or click here and press Shift down, or you can pick them one by pressing Control to put different ones. If you put this one and then shift to this one, it will go up to here or here or here. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm just showing you ways of moving faster. Adding them like this, if you press the edit button, it's going to edit all of them together. Some options are not going to be available, but only the options that they are the same. If you want to edit them individually, you can edit them like this by hovering over, and you can edit here. You can check over here, some options are going to be the same, like the date, for example. You can change them as a bulk to all of them and everything. And then you can press the publish button and you can publish also this campaign. This is how you work with CBO campaigns, and you do several ad sets, and then, as we said, 3 to 5 ads, or you can do flexible ads if you like them and you want. If you have a catalog, for example, you're not going to put different catalogs with different products. You will put only one catalog. And I think that the last thing that I want to say is about retargeting. So I'm going to discard here. And I'm gonna, also I need to delete this campaign because we don't need it. Okay, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to show you now, along with ABO, how we do also our retargeting campaigns. So here, I'm not going to check the options for the catalog now, but here, if you don't check this, you're having ABO. ABO means that you're setting the budget on this level. And we have several things that I kept that I want to show you over here. The thing that I want you to see first is the retargeting. The retargeting is, first of all, I like to use, as I told you, the normal audience. You can come here and you're going to see that in the audiences here, where is it? Here. You can put your different audiences. Remember, bottom of funnel is, we discussed this on the retargeting. Bottom of funnel is when you do view content, 30 days, add to cart 30 days, and then you add them here, and then you add exclusions for the people who purchased in the last 30 days. This is the area that you're adding your custom audiences and your lookalike audiences, if you want to run stacked lookalikes, for example. The other middle of funnel that you can do is just come here and add all the 180 days, like this one, add to cart, checkout, purchase, view content, top, all of this. Or you can do website visitors 180 days, and you can do 220 days Instagram and engagers, for example. If you're having so much traffic, you're spending 500K, 400K, you can split this also to 2 different campaigns, middle of funnel. One of them is going to be your engagement to Facebook and Instagram, and the other one is going to be your traffic 180 days to your website. But there is no point for you to do CBO because these are already hot pockets. This retargeting is already hot pockets. So what you need to do is you need to have ABO with their own budget in the same campaign, which is going to be retargeting, but for sure it doesn't have to be a CBO with these two assets competing with each other. You can split, for example, the audience of people who have visited the website with the engagers, because the engagers most of the times it's much bigger audience and maybe it's going to take all of the budget. In smaller ad accounts, I will put them together. In bigger ad accounts, I will separate the engagers to their own ad set and the website visitors to their own respective ad set. But I'm going to do ABO, I'm not going to do a CBO, and I'm not going to use also retargeting audiences ad sets inside like the previous CBO that I showed you with interests. I'm not going to do that because in the interests, the one that has the biggest potential reach is going to take all the budget. So we're talking that we're going to compete over there with an audience with potential reach of 70 million, with an ad set that is going to have custom audiences of retargeting that's going to be 50K. So there's no way that this one is going to take more budget. Also, retargeting from the cold traffic, it's having completely different numbers, CPMs, cost per clicks, and all of that. There's no point for you to put them on the same campaign. For all of these reasons, the targeting needs to have its own campaign, and most of the times also ABO. You can do CBO if you just put just one ad set over there. Now that we discussed about retargeting, let's discuss about ABO. So ABO means that you're having your ad set budget optimization. You're putting here your budget. Back in the day, all the testing was being done in ABO. You were putting $5, $10 in an ad set, and you were trying to see if it was going to have good results to move it on CBO. When CBOs came to our lives, they have done much better than ABOs, and with the crazy method and all of that, to me, an ABO, if it's an ASC, it can do well, but if it's just a normal ABO, the CBO is always going to do better than it. Inside the ABO, there are some things that I would like to show you from the bid caps that we're going to see in a little bit. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about the ABO. So here the settings are the same. It's not like it's going to change anything. You can just put your different options over here on cost per goal and different things. Let me see if it's on. So this one is not on. So we can have our different options. This is how I like to do my my different optimization, my different bid caps and cost cap campaigns in ABO, because I have better control in each one individual ad set, and I can be able to control it there. And be able to control the budgets, the bids, and everything. So let's talk about bid caps and cost caps. The most tricky part over here is that you're not going to be able to see bidding strategy in the same way that you're going to be able to see it here. It says highest volume, and you can put ROAS, result per goal, and bid cap and stuff. But the thing is that it doesn't show there because you need to put a number. If you put a number, it's going to appear, okay? So here we can see that I'm putting 100. Let's talk a little bit about the result per goal, and then we're going to talk about the bid cap also. We don't have the value because the value is going to appear under here, okay? So the value appears under here, and you can put, for example, that you're looking for 2 ROAS. Now, really important for you to understand, and we're going to explain this in the cost caps and the bid caps also, but again, there's no problem of repeating in a course things. In the ROAS target and in the target of result per goal, what we're going to have and see is that you're putting something, but Meta is not going to just try to get this or nothing. Maybe it's going to try to get 1.6, maybe you will get 2.5. You're just putting an indication of what you want to have, okay? So this one, let's go again to maximum number of conversions, and let's put over here, let's say, for example, that you have a cost per purchase of 50 in average. You're going to put one ad set with 45, another ad set with 50, and another ad set with 55, because you are showing that you're willing to spend more. The spend also is also another factor that's going to help you actually win the auction, because this is an auction, okay? It's every day people are battling through in order to win an auction and get a sale from others. The bid cap now, it's much more strict, okay? That's why a lot of people don't like to use it, because if you're saying I want $45 in a bid control, it's like you're saying that don't give me I'm not okay with 55, I'm not okay with 35, I want 45. It's like you're very strict with it. Most of the times I like to work with cost per result so that I can have this room, okay? Maybe I'm going to give 45 and it's going to give me 55, and still it's going to be good for me because of the AOV or other things, and I'm still going to be profitable. So if you remove this one, it's like a normal campaign, you're not going to have any of that. Again, we're picking here this one. Now, the other things that we left to discuss over here is that you're putting your budget over here again. The budget is going to be on the ad set level, and you're going to optimize on the ad level. Now, if you're doing ABO campaigns, you can put 5 to 10 creatives on your ads, and they're going to be more dominant, but these are things that we will cover on the Loom videos and on the optimization, and we have already explained how ASC campaigns are working. Start and end date, in budget scheduling we have already explained, but I want to show you this one. It's a lifetime budget. You can put it on the campaign level, you can put it also on the ad set level. I left it here to explain it. Run campaigns on schedule. You can come here and you can select different days. So for example, you can run from here to here. I don't know if shift is working. No, it's not working. So you can pick here whatever you want to have. So here, what am I doing? I'm running ads up to 3 p.m. Okay, and I'm running them on Wednesday. You can have your different schedule. This is most of the times being used for call centers that are closing on specific hours and stuff. If you try to use this setting just because from 12 to 6 o'clock you're having there less traffic and all of that, let me tell you that it's not going to serve you pretty well, because the lifetime budget is not a daily budget and it's a different thing. I wouldn't do it unless if I'm forced to do something like this, but for sure I have to show you that this is also another way. And here it tells you to use the viewer time zone for these hours, which is a really nice addition, or the ad account. If you have a call center, you have to use the ad account time zone, because these are the hours that you are operating. So we talked about CBOs, how you create them. We talked about the whole campaign. We talked about ABOs on the different things that I want to show you and how they work, and you are going to see more on the optimization level with that. Bid caps and cost caps, you will see more of that later on. Lifetime budget, daily budget, in my opinion, daily budget is always better and you should use this one. We analyzed also this. Let me talk to you a little bit about this setting over here in the detailed target, because we discussed about everything except from the grouping of interests. So back in the day, you could use, the only thing that I want you to understand basically is that right now we need broader audiences. So of course you can start maybe with smaller interests if you want to train your pixel, and these are things that we discussed also on how to work with new ad accounts. But you need to understand also the grouping. You cannot group here an audience of, let's say, if I put wig over here, what's the reach? Perfect. So the wig over here, it's 10 million people. And if I put another like a crazy big like makeup, this one, okay, you can see that the potential reach over here is 91 million. The wig is only 10 million and the other one is really huge. So what does this mean? That Facebook is going to spend all the money on the cosmetics personal care, okay? And it's not going to spend money on the wig if this is what I want. But if I can find audiences which are similar to that, and of course you can click browse here and you can find others like this, okay, based on interest, for example. You can find more. It used to have suggestions, but it doesn't have anymore. Oh, relevance. Okay, so you see here, it shows more relevance over here when you click inside. Okay, and then we have the size. Why do they show you the size? Because it's important. You have to group small with small, medium with medium, and big with big. Okay, and by small, I mean if you have something for 1 million or 2 million potential reach in your country, just group it with another 1, 2 million. Don't group it with another 20 or 30 million, because Facebook is going to spend all the money there. For the same reason that we don't put together in a CBO campaign a retargeting audience with another audience, as we said earlier. This is what you can do, and define further. I believe it's something that it's before iOS that we were using to define further and find better audiences there by just putting, I need you to have this interest and this interest, both of them at the same time. Now you might define further and maybe you can use the detailed targeting expansion. It's going to work, who knows? But these are things that most of the time we're not even going to do into trained pixels. We're just going to do into pixels that they have problems, even the blender method, the smaller lookalikes, the smaller interest, defining further. Laser focus targeting, as we explained, is something that it was working before the iOS and it's not working anymore. So we have already explained interest and broad targeting and how it's working, you know, and all of that. So you know already how to use them. Just keep in mind that you have to group them also properly, because this is how Facebook it's actually working. Let's close with one lead campaign. Let's go in this smaller account that we will do lead ads. We can come here, we can do the lead ads for instant forms and for conversions. It's the same situation as we explained it. We have tailored over here also, and we have lead campaigns. Let's check first the tailored, which means that it's going to have some pre-made options. It's looking like the normal AC campaign, as you can see when you see this one over here, which is having both the ad set and the ad like this. So over here we can do either instant forms, or we can it's actually only for instant forms as far as I can see here. It doesn't let me to pick an event. Over here you're putting your Facebook page, you're putting the dates again, everything is the same. It lets you do some detailed targeting and all of that, because a lot of times there are local area businesses. I already have done a video into the crazy method on how I'm utilizing it for you utilize crazy method for local areas, and you can do it there. And then we can come here and we can choose the Facebook page, which was already chosen over here. As you can see, it was chosen over here, Facebook page. And you're having the creative that you're going to use, the setup, and the instant form that you're going to make. We need to change the call to action. Let's put a creative here to see how it's going to look. Call to action is going to be book now, for example, okay? Something that's going to make sense. Let's press next. Just a second. Image ad. Yeah, so it's going to be book now. Let's press next. Let's press one of these. Let's press this. Next. Skip and continue. Done. Okay, so we're going to have this one now. Let's add the preview over here. And let's see how it's going to look. We have the page. This one we remove, single image. Again, the same rules apply here. You can change the creatives, primary text, headline. The book now is going to be our button over here. And the advanced plus the creatives over here, the enhancements, again, I'm suggesting you to not have them. So over here, as you can see, we can have our Facebook page, Instagram account. Again, all of these are the same things. And we have the forms, the different forms that we can use. You can create a form over here and it takes you through a journey of actually putting, we want more volume, for example, or higher intent based on what you want to do. We press next and we have our first question and all of that. I'm not going to show you how to do instant forms and stuff, but for sure, this is how you have them. Then you can duplicate them, work with them, do another one. The only advice that I have to give you here is that if you're not getting good quality, either try to send people into a landing page for higher intent or try to ask questions. Of course, I have mentioned this in some of my YouTube videos. I had once people that they needed leads for water filter installation, and we were asking the question if you are the homeowner, because if someone is not the homeowner, they're not going to spend so much money on a water filter. Okay, and then we have this website event. We don't need it because this is happening within Facebook, and we can take the leads, download them, and actually start calling them. Very important also, when you're doing informed lead generation, it's very important for you to serve the leads as fast as you can, because if you don't, they're not even going to remember who you are. So it's very important. The quality of the leads is not going to be that good. Here we're trying to get as many leads as we can. So we're trying to go for quantity so that we can find some good. We do care about the cost per lead so much over here because this is the one that's going to define the success. We want to have so many leads. There are going to be a lot of bad, but find some good. On the opposite side, when we send people to the website, we try to see, even if we have higher cost per lead, to get quality from there. So it's two different things. Within Meta, the quality is not going to be so good. We're going to aim to getting the best cost per lead that we can. Okay, that's about the lead gen and how it works with this one. Let's see also another campaign over here with normal. Let's go to leads over here, press continue, and this one we will do manual. Okay, so in the manual, you can come here again. It's going to be the normal type of campaign. You can choose to do a crazy method, whatever, it depends on what you are going to do. Let's keep it on this. But when you go to website over here, you're going to be able to do tracking with a data set over here, just an event, which can be, for example, lead event over here. Sometimes if you're going to try to do sales campaign and you have a lead event, you're not going to be able to see it there. You have to do leads over here instead of sales in order for you to be able to do conversion ads like this one to the website, sending to the website, getting. Maybe for you it's going to be complete registration, it's going to be something else or whatever. Okay, then through that point it's just like you have a campaign with a purchase event, but instead of a purchase event you're having a lead event. So it's exactly the same and all of the things that we have actually discussed, but I wanted to do this because the people that they do lead generation, they cry that we all talk about e-commerce and all of that, and I wanted to change that by just showing also a lead campaign. All the other settings are the same. There is nothing else. I think that we covered it pretty well, all of the settings in all of the campaigns and the things that we are seeing, along with the theory that you know from earlier. So I think that now all the different things are coming to place and you do understand more. I do understand that maybe you will have to go back and forth to see some things again and again, or some theory from the past in order to understand some things. But I think that this is a very good recap from all the things that we have learned and just creating a campaign and seeing how we move inside the ads manager. I will see you on the next video.